Good morning, it's Sheila from She's a Sassy Lady, and this morning we're going to have Gypsy Made Simple back by popular demand. And I've got a new design for you that you're going to like. We are going to do a shape card, but it's also going to be a window card, so a window shape card. I need you to get a new mat on there, and then 12 by 12 size, and then go to your Gypsy Wanderings. Gypsy Wanderings, and then I want you to go to your shift lock key and the tag, and we are going to use, let's see, 1, 2, 3, fourth row down, second one in is this wonderful little flower. We're going to use 2 of those, and let's make them larger, and let's do one at a time. I think it'll be easier to do one at a time. Get rid of one, and we're going to make it 5 inches round, and it's off by 1 little point, so we'll correct that. And I want it 5 inches round, so we will just hit this 5, okay, because this is going to be a 5-inch card. Now, what I'm going to use is 2 of them, but first I don't like the position because I'm going to make this say Happy Bee Day with the bee from Create a Critter. So what I'm going to do is turn this card first, because I want that wide side, because I want the bee on the, the bee on the left side. And so I'm going to make it like that because over here there's more area. Okay, so we've turned them all the way around. Now let's go to the basic key again. Advanced key. I want a copy of it. And we're just going to set them one on top of the other. And see how it's turned yellow? I hope you can see that. Let me see if I can move in a little bit. It's turned yellow. Let me, I think it can be a little bit closer. Let's see which way I gotta go here. There, now you can see it's turned yellow on the edges. That means that they are lined up. Now what I'm going to do is use this shift this flip key, but the up and down, and I flipped it, and see how it doesn't match now perfectly? And then I'm going to slide it down ever so gently, and I'm going to go up so I can see a little better and get it down so it's just crossing over just ever a little bit, and that's highlighted. Go to the basic, and I'm going to group them together. Then I'm going to go, oops, they're grouped together. I'm going to go with the advanced key and weld them. Now we're not done with that basic card yet, because right now I've got 2 holes, and this one here is going to be the bottom. So I've selected it, go to hide contour and get rid of that center. So we've hid that, and now we've got a beautiful card. And see how it's going to cut? Isn't that nice? Now what we have to do is we have to get our elements. And I want the word happy. So let's search for happy. And H. I can't remember what card happy is in. And I want just the word happy. Happy day, happy, happily. Happily ever after, happy, happy. There it is, happy. And it's searching for it. And I think it's straight from the bird's nest, if I remember correctly, but I'm not sure. And rather than take up a lot of time, I'm going to let the machine do the searching. There's lots of them, isn't it? Sure enough, straight from the nest, right there. I want that one. And notice it goes right to that. I'm going to say OK. Go back to my I want the word happy right across the top of the card like that. Isn't that cute? Okay, we've got happy, and now let's get on, let's see, create a critter. Create a critter. We want the little b, and you know what? I need to take off the ratios button because otherwise the b will be all the same size. And the b is right here. So we've got the little b, layer 1, we've got his little head, layer 2, his wings, layer 3, the top of the antenna. Now, I want to increase him a little bit. And that little bee is going to go right about over there, and we need them a little bit larger. And see how I set them on, here, let me increase that so you can see. I set them on there just so that you can, you know, we can see to figure out a size for them, and I want the rest of them proportionate, so I've left it attached. Now it's going to be about that big, right, oops, one, right there. So let's move them out of the way. And we're going to hit the little plus sign. We've got a layer 2, hit the copy button, and we've got them there. Let's go back to layer 1. And shut the little eye so you don't see it on there. Now let's highlight him, and whoops. We'll get rid of all the little extra pieces of him so that all we have is the B. And let's get him back down here. And I notice that he's kind of standing straight, and I want him a little bit off to the side. So I've got my advanced key on. I've got the B over a little bit, but I'm going to turn him just ever so slightly. See how I'm turning him over to the left a little bit? So he's laying across there. And notice also that the B is touching the sides so that you can still see a window, but it's going to go through. Now also on Create a Critter is the word day, and I think it's on phrases. Just the word day is on there. Now all we have to do is find it. Not that easy, is it? I'm going to have to use the search, I have this feeling, because we're not seeing it. Ooh, I bet I know where it is. Okay, let's put the shift lock on. There it is, right there. Oops. And I've got the B turned on, so I want to get the B turned off and get them on regular thing. And then I'm going to grab that word day. Ooh, something just crashed in the other room. That means something fell off a shelf. Now notice how on the D, I've got it, and I'm going to kind of move this in a little bit. I'm moving the Gypsy. I've got the D on the top of the B, his head and his wing, but I've also got it connected on the right side so that it's touching all these different sides. Now I'm going to put that back down. Now it's also still highlighted, so I want to go over to layer 2. And I want to make a copy of that so we have the word day. See, we've got that. Now let's go back to layer 1. And if you remember, I have not made a copy of the word happy because I wasn't sure whether I could get there. Happy is now highlighted. And I'm going to go to layer 2. Try it again. There we go. Layer 2, and I'm going to put him on layer 2 so that we've got him. And let's put the little eyeball on there so that we don't see the rest. We've got to close the eye there. We've got all our components so that we can layer. Now what we have to do is we have to select all these items and weld them together. So I've got the word happy. Oh, and I just moved it, which is okay because all I have to do is put my arrow back and put him right back where he was. Okay, happy. And I'm going to put the ratio sign on because otherwise I won't be able to grab those. And highlight. Oops. I'm going to have to get a little bit larger to do this. Happy. The B. No. This is the hard part, getting all the little things. I've got the B. The word happy selected. The little B selected. Day is selected. The card is selected. Now, ooh, I've got a gravelly voice today. And then I welded them together. Now you'll want to see preview. It's almost there, almost there. And look at that, it's going to cut perfect. See that? We've got a beautiful little card, look at that. Cuts out the center of the window and we'll be able to put a window in there. Isn't that wonderful? That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed Gypsy Made Simple, our shape window card. Now if you want, you can also make a lining for the inside of that card by going back to go back to Gypsy Wanderings. And I suppose I should have done this to begin with, but I didn't think of it until just now. Gypsy Font, Gypsy Wanderings. And then just grab that same, the Shift Lock tab, and our little flower. And let's make it larger. We had it at 5 inches before. Now we're going to want it let's set it on here for just a second so we can see. And that would be perfect. Okay. All we have to do is go to the hide contour, hide that center. Now we'll make a copy of this. Shame on me. First, let's get it one on top of each other. There we go. And then we want to flip. As soon as I find my flip key, there we go. And drop it down. And we can do it that way. You can do this one of two ways. Personally, I like the window so you can see through it. But I noticed a lot of people like it so you can't see the writing. Well, you do it this way if you don't want to see the writing. And then you're going to highlight the two, highlight, and weld it together. Now you've got a piece that's welded together. You can do it that way. Oops, I didn't hit the weld button. Shame on me. Weld. And as you can see, it's going to go together. You can do it that way or you can do a single circle. I personally like the window. I'm going to leave the window, so I'm going to cut just one to line the inside of my card.